mamas, welcome to the Unshackled Moms Alliance, where today we have Daphne and her daughter Aria. We're going to talk a little bit about mommy and me outfits. So tune in. Also, if you want to hit the like and subscribe button, don't forget to do that. I always forget to say that, so don't forget. Also, look for our upcoming online groups that are coming up, and that link will be in the description below as well. So let's get to it. Good morning, you two. How are you?
Hello, we're doing great. How are you?
I am so excited to talk to you guys today. So, Aria, what is your very favorite outfit that you and your mommy make together?
Um,
Do you have a favorite outfit?
yeah. Pink bow shoulders.
Yes.
Wing.
I love it because I heard that pink is one of your very favorite colors. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, Aria, tell everybody how old you are.
4.
4, yes. And you and mommy have been designing clothes for a while now, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what color do you wear the most?
Pink.
Pink, yeah. Do you like light pink, dark pink, hot pink, or all pink?
Like all pink.
All pink is good. Okay. Do you remember the first time you helped mommy pick out fabric, and then what did it feel like?
In words?
I'm
You remember?
excited.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I know. I would be too. And then, so I heard that you go into the fabric and you like feel it to see if it's a good fit for what you're making. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And you go to meetings with mommy about all your different shirts and all your clothes?
Yeah.
Yep. And do you like to go and talk to everybody about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could design clothes for a unicorn, what would they look like?
A rainbow dress.
A rainbow dress? I love it. That's amazing. Next time you see a unicorn, you'll have to let them know that you have a dress in mind. Okay. When you go to meetings, what you get to tell grown-ups what you think?
Yep.
Yep, you get to tell them what colors you want. You got to tell them like, no, I don't want the bow here, but I want it here. You get to express your opinion?
Yep.
So when you're not working on Mach together, what's your favorite thing to do with your mommy?
Just play.
Just play? What do you guys play? Do you have tea parties? Do you go out in the yard?
Yeah, I mostly play like everything.
Yeah? Yeah. What's your favorite toy that you have that you play with mommy? Good question, huh?
We do a lot of crafting and things. So
Oh, fun. So like pom-poms and gluing and stuff like that? Do you paint? Painting? Yeah? Yeah?
painting?
Yeah, painting, a lot of painting.
So if someone wanted to feel really beautiful, what would you give them for an outfit?
Pink bow shoulder.
Love it. Yes. So do you think that makes the mommies feel really beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So if someone so do your clothes have names? Do your clothes have names?
Yep.
What are some of your names?
If you were to make up one, what would it be?
Trees.
I love it. Yeah? That's great. Okay. So if you had your own fashion show, have you ever been to a fashion show before?
No.
Not
Nope.
yet.
So they have this big long runway, kind of like when the airplane takes off, the runway like that, and they play music, and people go and they like wear the designer clothes, and they like go out there and they walk around and they pose. So and they play music. So what kind of music would you play if we were going to do a fashion show for Mach? What's your favorite song to play?
I don't care. I love it.
What is that?
I don't care. I love it.
How does it
All
go?
right. That's good. That's good. I'm so glad that you're here. So I'm going to ask mommy some questions. It's her turn. So if you want to stay, you stay because you look pretty cute in the screen. And if you feel like you have to go, that's all good too. We love hanging with you.
You want to go play? Go play.
Okay.
Oh, you want to stay? Whatever you want.
So as you and I've talked a little bit, Aria is not your average 4-year-old, right?
Mhm.
So can you like share the moment when you realized she was developing far beyond the typical limitations?
So I think that for me, it was really in hindsight more than a specific moment. I actually asked around to family and friends, and they all will tell you they could tell immediately. um, but for me, because being a first-time mom, I didn't really know what was normal beyond that. Every kid develops at a different speed, and everyone learns things differently, and so that's kind of always what I thought, that she was just learning a little bit differently. And I think that probably one of the more standout points was like we discussed when she started to read. We had no idea that she was gaining that skill. She sort of secretly started to decode the alphabet herself, and lo and behold, she started reading things to us in public, on signs and around, and we thought,
How old was she when she started reading?
she was 2.
2. Yeah. Yeah. And probably because you and I talked about how she'd follow along with the words or whatever, that, probably she was recognizing even earlier than that, which is just phenomenal. And then she also potty trained pretty young, didn't she?
Yeah. 1.5. She decided she wanted to use the potty. And so I think she had seen it in a book or something like that. And so we thought, okay, I guess we'll get a potty and she can play with it for now. And she just took to it immediately. With no help from us.
Oh my gosh.
And, yeah, never looked back. Yeah.
That is phenomenal. So many moms listening would love to know, how do you nurture such a wildly creative and intuitive spirit without overwhelming or overscheduling her?
I think that for me, it's mostly following her lead. So I'm hypersensitive to over pushing her, stressing her. I really work really hard to preserve her joy of learning. And part of that is just throwing myself into her interests. So when she gets curious about a topic, I get just as curious, and then we learn about things together. I try to use my creativity and try to think of games, and things like that related to whatever topic she's interested in the moment. And when she's not interested anymore, we move on together. And I try really hard not to pressure her. Her curiosity and her love of learning is the thing that I'm really trying to hold on to.
Because she just really naturally has that. Like she goes into the world just as this whole creative being.
Yes, yeah. She's always been really creative. We talked about this a little last time we talked, but even with style, it was something that was very in her that wasn't in me at the beginning. And she would see things differently around her. I think like most kids do, a towel is not just a towel, it's a shirt, it's a dress, it's a cape, it's a, yeah, she's always been very creative, and I'm along for the ride.
That's amazing. So tell me a little bit about what you did before you had her. What kind of job did you have? What does it look like? Because it is very opposite of what the fashion world is.
Yes, I was in the sciences. So I did research under a NASA grant for aerospace medicine. I never expected to end up in fashion.
Right, because you weren't even really into fashion when you were like, okay, well, just throw on some sweats and we'll go do what we got to do. And now you're like, okay, you have this daughter that is brilliant when it comes to that, and it's like you're a lot more cognizant.
Yes, that's exactly it. It was really motherhood that gave me a connection to what I'm wearing. Before that, I was just comfort. I never understood why people spend so much time on clothes. And after having her, seeing her, how much she cared about what she wore, I think like a lot of little ones do, it's something they can choose, something they can show their creativity. And then once she cared a lot about what I wore, then I started to care a lot too.
We're nurturing that curiosity.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I guess I'm also yeah, I mean, I matched with her when she was a baby. We kind of touched on we we wanted her a long time before she arrived. So when I finally had her and I was holding her, I just wanted every way to celebrate that she was here and that we were together. And part of that for me, even when she was a newborn, was kind of coordinating our outfits. And I didn't do it all the time. I did it sometimes. And once she got bigger and started to talk, then she started really wanting me to match her all the time. And that's how all this kind of began.
And, it's really hard to find good quality matching mommy and me things.
Yes, it was one of the things we struggled with. Um, we really wanted to match in everyday life. We saw beautiful, dresses and these floral gowns and things like that were all, for special occasions. And we really felt like every single day, I know I did, every single day was a special occasion having her, and we just wanted to be able to celebrate our little bond and, the little things that we do. And we couldn't find clothes to do that. And when we did, like you said, there were things that would last a couple wears and they were falling apart. And so it got to the point where because we couldn't find it, we started making things for ourselves. And it wasn't long before people started asking us where we got things because they were having the same struggles as us. And
Yeah.
it was it was scary in the beginning when we started talking about, are we really starting a business? Are we going to have a fashion brand?
Right.
Could this really be? And it took us a long time to get from fun, doing it for us, doing it for friends, to actually saying, okay, this is turning into a business. And it was an amazing opportunity to start to solve all those things that we were frustrated by or that we couldn't find, like, being able to make really high quality things and getting perfect matches for things that you can wear every day for your normal life.
Yeah, because, you can look beautiful in the Christmas, going to church or whatever you do on Christmas matching, but that doesn't really translate as well to the grocery store, right? So,
Right. I mean, maybe hot pink bows
yeah.
also the grocery store, but we wear them and we love them. And I think that also, I think one of the big things was these sort of special occasion, or like you're talking about the Christmas cards, photos and things, they weren't really representative of those moments in motherhood or in childhood that I really wanted to remember, like hold on to those quiet moments at home, or those little walks around the neighborhood, and those things that I know I'll look back on and just melt. And it was a mismatch. It's this bonding celebratory clothing, but they're not in the moments that usually end up becoming the memories, those lifelong memories. And so we wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. And talk a little bit about the fabric that you use, because not only is it super comfortable, but you can wear it for a really long time.
Yes. So we went with, we actually, we designed and iterated for 2 years. This is where my science background came very in handy.
Yeah.
We designed very meticulously, and we made a sample, tested it for months, iterated over and over and over again. And it wasn't enough to just put it on, a fit model and say, okay, looks good, move on. We had to live in them. We had to make sure that if we wore them for 12 hours a day over and over and over and washed them constantly, that they held up. And we had to make sure that over time the fabric didn't relax in a funny way, or that how sometimes you kind of have a little irritating spot after you wear something a lot, it kind of reveals itself. And so we really tested every sample that we made. The fabric was one of the hardest parts because it needed to be really, really comfortable. We talk about stretch. A lot of stretch when you get that really super stretchy fabric. It also is that kind of fabric that it starts the day looking one way and then relaxes into a different shape, throughout the day. And then you wash it and it kind of rebounds, and you hope it rebounds a few more times after that. We didn't want that. We wanted the shirt to look the same when you woke up and put it on to when you had a big long day running after your kids and you came home, and it still felt and looked the same way. So it had to have a very specific type of stretch and retraction. We also wanted it to feel supportive, because as a mom, as you know, stretchy is nice, but I like a little bit of support and hugging you.
Yep.
Um, and we didn't want it to be thin. We wanted it to be thick. It had to hold up, but it couldn't be so thick that it wasn't stretchy and it was too heavy. So those are all those little tiny micro adjustments that we made over the years to land on what we did. And now one of the customers recently left a review on the website, and she said it feels like a second skin. And when I read that, I was like, that's exactly what
Goal achieved.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think also the other piece that I was pretty impressed with is so after you have a baby, your body is just not like it was before you got pregnant a lot of times, right? And so then it takes some time to get back to where you want to be, or maybe you don't even ever get back to where you want to be. But like you were sharing before, these hold up. They can, they can cling, or they can hold on to your body when you're just had that baby, and then as you lose some of that baby weight or not, right, then it still fits no matter what size you are.
Yeah, that was really important to me. My body changed 100 times postpartum. My weight changed, my shape changed. Even when my weight didn't change, my body was doing all kinds of things. And my clothes, I would buy something for what I thought was my new body, and in a couple weeks it would look a little different, and things didn't fit the same. And so it was really important to me that we made something that made moms feel good even as their bodies transitioned. And this fabric and this cut allowed us to do that. The cut, for example, also contributes in the women's. I know we'll talk about the cut of the kids' clothing. The cut in the women's also contributes. We did so much research on every brand, what length they use, what people are saying, and we decided to go longer for the women's bodysuits too. And the reason was because it could help accommodate changes in the body, but also because moms have kind of different needs than the average person. We're bending, we're squatting, we're picking up kids, we're running, and we need to be comfortable, and we don't want things riding up. And so the shape as well as the fabric all contribute to allowing your body to change as it should, and
Yeah.
not having to constantly throw away or buy new clothes, and you can still feel good in them, and you can still feel comfortable in them. So it was a huge accomplishment for us being able to achieve that. It seems like we have. Again, going back to we had a recent review of someone who is a size medium. She bought a medium, got pregnant, is now very pregnant. She actually posted a picture of her wearing the Mott shirt, twinning with her daughter. So she was able to use it before pregnancy.
Oh
She's
my gosh.
very pregnant, and she will get to use it postpartum. And the same size works for her. And she's extremely tall. She's like 5'9" or something like that. So, it accommodates her belly, it accommodates her changing body, and she'll get to use it before and after. And that's what we want. We don't want things that we have to constantly replace.
That's really incredible when you think about like pre mid pregnancy and then after, same size, and it doesn't like hang on her. It's like all that the fabric you use stretches right back.
Yeah, it just molds around the body, and when you take it off, it looks like it did when you put it on. We drove people crazy looking for this fabric. I mean, we looked high and low. We needed it to be perfect, and I'm really happy with where we landed, and I'm happy with how it's being received. And I just hope that it makes women feel great and beautiful, and they deserve to feel that way. Just because you have a baby doesn't mean you should live in leggings and t-shirts.
Yep, I love that. Also, going on the other side, right? So moms move, they do whatever, they get and it's comfortable. It doesn't matter what size they are, or what, post, mid, pre-pregnancy. But also, you shared before that that Aria had a 2T, and now she's at a 4T, and she still is wearing the same thing, same size, same outfit, right?
Yes, I have pictures of her wearing a 2T in one of the early iterations. She's 4 now, newly 4, and she still wears her 2T every day. And it's the same one that we've washed and worn, washed and worn, washed and worn, washed and worn. You'd never be able to know. You'd never know
Yeah.
that she's worn it so many times and across 2 years. And she is also uh, a 90th plus percentile for her age and height. So if it accommodates her at 4, I'd be surprised if it didn't accommodate most 4-year-olds, even her
Yeah,
2.
see, that's crazy. And your outfits are a little bit more expensive, but they're a little bit more expensive because they are the same no matter how many washes you have. They are the same no matter how much you grow, shrink, whatever. I know that people are going to think that that is shocking, but truly that is the case.
Yes, that's what we were going for. Again, like we designed these first for us. So all the choices I made were for my daughter, right? It wasn't for a
Mhm.
customer. I wasn't thinking about um what can we just make and get out. This was something that I made for us, for me as a mom, and for my baby that I had every consideration for. And I did not feel good about putting her in clothes that were falling apart, that were not made of quality materials. I understand why they're made because kids grow so fast.
Mhm.
It it's hard to buy something that your child gets to wear twice and then you have to pack it away.
Yeah.
And so it Mach was our way of sort of solving these two issues at once, where you can either buy one thing that falls apart after a couple uses and buy it 3 times, or you can buy one really high quality item and keep it for longer. And for us, that made a lot of sense. I really prefer that. I want to put her in good fabrics. I want to put her in things that feel good on her and that I feel good about. And it's also a little bit of our contribution to trying to decrease the waste in the fashion industry and things like that. So yeah, like you said, I mean, it's it was our solution. We were like, if we can get a kid to wear it for 3 times as long, so instead of buying 3 things, you're buying 1, then that makes a lot of sense for us.
Absolutely. And I know that when my boys were little, even though they're boys, they had their favorite outfits or their favorite shirts, right? And so heaven help me if there was, if it ripped or it tore or, like I couldn't find another one, so now you have a shirt that they love and they wear over and over and over. And it doesn't matter how many times you wash it. It's still the same shirt.
Yes.
It still holds up the same. And so, they can love it all they want. They can wear it every single day for whatever time period they have because, that happens sometimes. Like, this is my shirt. I have to wear it every day. Right. And so, they can do that. And you as a mom can feel good about knowing that it's not going to stretch out. It's not going to rip. It's not, it's going to be able to hold up to whatever they put it through.
Yes. Yeah, and the other big thing about in terms of longevity and less waste is that we really wanted to make designs that a mom would wear even if they weren't matching, because the matching phase ends. And maybe not for everybody, and we'll see. We may make it to college matching her, but um, the matching phase is usually not forever. And we wanted to make things that you could wear separately as well, so you can get a lot of use out of this even on days when you're not matching.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And, like I said, like you mentioned a little bit before, Aria is pretty special, right? Like you had to really put effort into having her. I know that there are a lot of moms out there who are kind of in that same boat of, always wanting a child and having to go through that process, which is grueling oftentimes. And then, being able to celebrate, it's, as moms, we love our children. It doesn't matter how they came to be in our lives, we love them. But I think there's also something to be said about somebody who has just wanted a baby for so long. I know, I tried for 9 years. And so like when they come, it's like just such an incredibly extra special gift. And what amazing way to celebrate is by like do matching mommy and me things.
Yes, it's one of those things that's a daily um celebration for us. Like, we get
Mhm.
to get ready together, we giggle in the mirror, we feel so good when we go out. Like, we also get to share that joy with other people. We can't believe how often we get stopped and people share a story about when their kids were little, or they'll just stop to chat about our outfits and, smile and talk to Aria. And we kind of touched on this before, but it kind of gives us this world through rose-colored glasses where, she's getting to experience people smiling, chatting, stopping. And so I think that it's been a really fun way to celebrate this connection, and I think that a lot of people feel that. And like you said, I mean, I wanted every day because we waited so long for her. Every day we wanted some way to just make today feel so special because it was, and this was just an easy, especially when they're little, tiny baby newborns. It's like, what do I do? Dress her up. All right, I'll
Yeah,
dress
exactly.
so
Yes.
I I never expected it to go from that to this, but I'm excited.
Yeah, that's really special. And I think that, um because she's so outgoing that whether you're traveling on the airplane or you're in the grocery store or whatever, it just really does help her to connect with others and learn so many things about others, right? Because as you're connecting with different people, you're learning about, different walks of life, different, ways that people do things. It just kind of helps to just really broaden her horizon.
Yes. Yeah, I think so, and I think that I think it has helped her flourish socially. I think that I like that she has this perception of, or this presupposition of goodness in people because they approach her so kindly, and so her interactions have always been very positive, which is nice. I think that's true for kids probably in general because they're cute and people are nice to them. But yeah, I think that it's been a great way for her to practice socializing, especially with adults.
And I think that either she innately or you have taught her that, like when she's on an airplane, because I know people are like, great, she's that kid that talks to everybody on the airplane, but she does a really good job of being able to discern when somebody doesn't really want to talk to her versus, somebody who will engage with her.
Yes, she's great at picking up on body language. It's something we talk about, but it's definitely bled into her social butterfly-ness. Yeah, we talked a little bit about how people are always nervous to travel with little kids because of the experience of being trapped on a plane, for hours and hours. And for Aria, it's like perfect because it's just a whole giant room full of people who are potential uh, friends or people to talk to, and she'll walk up and down the aisles, and if she makes eye contact with someone that smiles at her or waves at her, she's like, okay, I'll sit and chat with this person.
We're in.
She's gonna pick up those signals.
I love that. So can you tell us, going a little bit about your Mach apparel, like where did the idea come from? I know you talked a little bit about Aria always trying on new things and making a towel into a cape, a dress, whatever. Like how did we go from that to now we have our own company and we have our own designs?
Yeah, it really came from me matching sometimes to when she really started to process mommy can wear the same things as me, and we she got to the point where she was demanding it daily, and she would cry if I wasn't matching her, and so then I'd run around trying to find something I thought that would totally match to the colors that she was wearing. And it's actually how we named the company. She would cry. She was about 1. She would cry and say, mommy, no much. That's such a
Oh, that's cute.
when we were like thinking of names, we went through 1,000 of them, and then we remembered that that was her word for match, was Mach. And
Mm-hmm.
well, that's perfect. Like, now we're gonna be matching all the time. So yeah, she wanted to match all the time, and I looked everywhere. I'm great at finding things. I'm a great digger online, and I looked high and low and had so much trouble finding just everyday matching clothes.
Yeah.
And I would order in. I would look for, I'm like, okay, how hard is red going to be to match, right? I'll get her a red long sleeve shirt and me a red long sleeve shirt. And we would order in 15 times and they would all be a different shade of red.
Yeah.
And I was like, who knew that?
Right? Yeah. We're just talking making a t-shirt. Yeah.
Yeah. So that became exhausting to the point where I had a few outfits that I found in little kid sizes and big kid sizes, and I would squeeze myself into big kids clothes so that when she said, "Mommy, we're gonna match," I'd be like, "All right, let me get my Mickey t-shirt," you know. And that ended up, not being a great solution long term. And so I had a sewing machine. I had a girl full of fashion ideas, and we started sewing our own things. And we would wear them out. They weren't perfect, but they were perfect to us. We made them, we loved them, and people would stop us constantly and ask us where we got matching clothes. And I couldn't believe how many people were also looking for the same thing, and they were unable to find matching outfits for just daily wear. And people were telling us constantly, strangers, you guys should start a business. You guys should sell these. You guys should sell these. And
Right.
yeah, that's very nice. They're being
Right. Yeah.
we read it enough times that we were like, you know what? But Aria and I would talk about it. Could we? Should we? I don't know. That's scary, right? It's scary to start a business, and we don't know
Yep.
anything about the industry. And we just took baby steps. We were like, okay, well, let's check out this part of starting it. Let's check out that part of starting it. Let's talk to a few people. And we kind of inched our way to, are we placing this order? And
Yeah.
starting. And it was scary. And all because of her, really, we did it.
That
And
is so amazing.
yeah. I know we talked a little bit about how I think a lot of us have these ideas. We all have good ideas. We all have creativity. But to actually step over the line and bet on it and start it and bet on yourself is really, really difficult. And now looking back, I realize how many times I've done that in my life. And we were at this crossroads of, this is scary, this is risky, this is a lot of work.
Mm-hmm.
At a very, difficult time with having a little kid. And my brain kept telling me, too scary, don't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe another time. Maybe it's not the right time. Maybe it's not the right this. And I was having all of those doubts like one would. And I just remember thinking, if I can't believe in me, how can I tell her to believe in herself? And if I can't believe in us, how can I tell her it's okay to follow her dream or to follow her interests, And so for the first time ever, it's like, let's do it. Let's believe in ourselves. And
isn't it amazing how motherhood just really challenges you as a person, as a woman? It's like, okay, I'm modeling this now, so I'll jump in.
Yeah, it's the ultimate fake it till you make it. I mean,
totally.
it's like I've had to do so much unlearning, undoing, new learning, new doing, because I am, kids do what you do, not what you say, right? And so if I want her to do things like that, I have to do them too. And this was kind of one of those things. I think that truly, without her, apart from the idea, I don't know if I would have had the confidence and the strength to start a business like this. It was really inspired by her, and also she's like teaching me to believe in myself. It's an amazing thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that so many moms can relate to that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's incredible how much we change.
So true. Motherhood, not only does it change our bodies, but it really does change our confidence and our belief in ourselves. I had a friend who always says, you better like all your mannerisms and like have a good self-esteem, because when you have a child, they mimic everything.
Oh my gosh, I know. I'm gonna look back at this and I'm all my big expressions that I see on Aria.
Yes.
Very impressive.
Like, oh my gosh, that's Aria.
That's really funny.
So what would you say to the mom who wants to feel beautiful again, but just doesn't know where to start?
Well, I guess I would say that it definitely doesn't start from clothes. um, I think that um for me it it started from really taking a look at how incredible like women are and mothers are and how much we do, and like, you know, we're held to really high standards to be perfect everywhere, but the ability of a mom is so superhuman. So for one, I would say take a look at yourself from the perspective of an outsider and see all of the incredible things and the superhuman powers that you have every day, all day, like raising a human, right? And I think that something like this, right? Like I think that a lot of women feel good about themselves when they put on an outfit they really love, or they
Yep.
do, you know, their hair routine that they love. But it shouldn't have to be, you know, you can make yourself feel beautiful, but you have to be really uncomfortable to do it.
Right, exactly.
Right. Like find ways to incorporate your version of your beauty into your motherhood, and hopefully you can find a way to meld the two.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that because so many moms already don't feel great about themselves, right? And so then they have this baby and now they really don't feel great about themselves. So I love what you say about, if you can't think about yourself as amazing, start big. Start like you are part of womanhood, right? And look at how incredible womanhood is and look how amazing women in general are and the things that we do. And we created a baby and had a baby. That in itself is incredible. And so and also, there's just something to be said about having clothes that are comfortable and that you love to wear and that you feel really good in. So I just think that we're going to have the link to your website and to all the good stuff in the description. So I encourage every single one of you to check it out and see what you have going on so that you can be comfortable and you can match and you can wear your clothes for a long time. So we like to end our show with a little pop quiz, little rapid fire questions. So I'm going to ask you these questions. Just answer the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
How do you like your coffee?
Decaf. I was thinking about it. I was like, I love coffee, but I can't do caffeine anymore. So I do drink coffee, but it's all decaf.
That's hilarious. Heels or bare feet?
Pre-baby, always heels. Post-baby, always bare feet.
Okay, your go-to color palette.
Lavender. Lavenders, purples. That's been speaking to me lately. It's why they ended up in the Mach branding.
I love it. Seeing that you probably are wearing a lot of pink now. It's kind of in that same family.
It either purple or pink. I don't have a unique color palette. I'm not like I'm not a very beige person, although
you are now.
Yeah.
So, fashion city you'd love to show Mach in?
Paris. We love Paris. It was
Ooh,
Aria's
yeah.
very first international trip. And
someday. That's on my someday list, right after Greece.
Yes.
Favorite country you visited with Aria?
I have to say Greece. I grew up there. We go every year, so Greece.
I know. I'm now living vicariously through you. Favorite country? Oh, no. We did that one. Something Aria says all the time that just makes you laugh.
Oh my gosh. She is such a class clown. There's so many. I'm trying to think of like I can't think of any off the top of my head. I'm just thinking of her like she'll she tends to like jump out and scare us. So that's like
Yeah.
when she's gotten really good at it.
Sneaky, is she? What's the first word that comes to mind when you think motherhood?
Strength.
One dream celeb you'd love to dress.
Ooh. Maybe I really love Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is there maybe a mother-daughter duo that you'd love to dress?
Let's think. I have been seeing Hilary Duff has a new baby, and that reminds me a lot of my younger years. I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What is one thing you tell every mom? Well, it's one thing you'd like to tell every mom listening right now.
To love yourself. We're so good at being selfless and giving and loving our children, and make sure that you recognize that you deserve all the same love.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. Well, thank you again for being here.
So much.
And I can't wait to see what all you'll keep coming up with.
Thank you. We have a lot of new stuff actually coming really soon. We're bringing a whole pile of it to Greece next week to shoot it and everything. So we're really excited.
How exciting. How exciting. All right. We can't wait to hear what's happening.
Thank you. It was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much.